Welcome back to 80 Proof Gaming. I'm trying Kenshi today. And it's by, let's see, Deathbeard? Deathbeard? Let me check on that. Captain Deathbeard. Oh, I better not just call him Deathbeard. He'll throw me off the ship, make me walk the gangplank. So we're gonna just make a quick character. All I've done is try a new game. Male, human, this all seems great, especially since the only options are human and tribal, and they both look exactly the same. Let's go with the one that does have kinda hair. Kinda hair. Kinda hair's good. As pale can be, that seems right. I'm not even going to mess with the options, but you can see there are some options. There be some options. No arm bulk. He already does seem a little skinny, doesn't he? Alright, here we are. It seems that I'm just automatically following my cursor here. There's no real tutorial, so to speak, but I do know that this is the starting town and that the starting town is useless, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's any vendors or anything here, so to speak. Oh, maybe there is. Let's look in here. Let's have a look in this here. Oh. Well, fuck you too. I come by and just close the damn door. Yeah, I just got Zep. Zep is now a member of the squad. Oh, there we go. It opened on up. Yeah, I can talk to people in here. They'll offer to join me, it looks like. It's a medic. Some other just random folk. A guard that says don't steal anything. There's some shops in here. Alright, I'm good to go. Now how come I'm not leading? Oh, there we go. Now I'm controlling both. Let's go. Let's see what we can do. Now, as you can see, the world is pretty large. More or less all the stuff you can see you can go over to. You can go up to those mountains, but you can't go past those mountains. And there are a lot of little groups of dudes just sort of hanging out there in the waste. Usually they'll either kill you or you want to just run away from them. Like, there are very few people out there in the waste that don't intend to kill you. So you walk up and you see if they want to kill you, and then if they do, you run the fuck away. Now sometimes, oh, is that a box or is that a? Oh, I see. That was just a selection box in the middle of the screen. How irritating. Now some cities have guards. This city doesn't, so pretty useless. But if you do run into a group of people that want to kill your ass, you try and you run off to the next city that does have guards, and you hope that the guards will take care of them. So like a lot of MMOs used to be. That was like the strategy. In this case, that's how you're going to get through your early levels. You try to avoid everybody you can. But that's not really the strength of this game, I think. I think the strength of this game is, wow, that is a big place. You say I can go anywhere in here? Oh, they are indeed chasing me. So, I run the fuck away. And I hope that I find the next town before they catch up to and kill me. Cool thing is they have more gear than me, so they're actually more way down than I am. Let's get a closer look up. Watch these guys chasing after me like tools. Look at them run. They're like, slow down, slow down. I just want to say hello. No, sir, I don't think I'm gonna do it. Pretty sure I'm just gonna keep running. Thanks for the offer, though. Camera angles are a little irritating, as you might be able to tell by the way it's kind of bobbing up and down. And I'm like trying to look down right now. There we go. Got it. Zoom out. It's hard to make a working camera that has this much flexibility and yet doesn't bump into stuff. So eventually, I would reach the next town. Oh, loading. That means that I'm probably close enough that I'll be able to see it in the distance after it finishes loading. Do I see any towns? I don't see any towns. Usually when it has to load, it means that it's getting into range of something worth loading. Oh well, guess I'm wrong for now. I just keep going. In any case, usually the goal would be you get to the town, you let the guards kill them, and then you grab their gear. And then once you have their gear, then you can actually do some fighting. It'll be good enough to fight some stuff. Not the best design in the world for a combat RPG, but it's not really so much a combat RPG. It's a sandbox RPG. It's exactly what it is. And there are factions to get rep with, and there are tons of different stats to help you out. There are also roving bands of good guys that'll fight these dudes for you if you run into them, but the odds of that aren't too high before I reach the next town. And where is the next town, you might ask? Well, I really hope that I run into it. I'd like to know what those guys are, if I could figure that out. Holy Servant, perfect. These two will fight each other. And then I can reap the rewards. It'll be excellent. And you wind up, you know, trying to get a whole crew together. Here they go, here they go, here they come. It's gonna be a smashy, smashy, epic fight. Here goes. Wham! Ha ha! Now we try and help, because we can get XP if we do manage to help. But we don't want to die, so be careful. You know, in and out, in and out. Excellent! Here we go, now it's 2-on-1. Ooh! Except he might be better than I am. Oh yeah, Zep is really feeling it. Come on, everybody. Zep, you too. Get in there. Why is he fighting me every time? Come on. Maybe this guy will be a better target. Trying to, like, you know, get some XP from the fight. Yeah, come on. We can do it. Help out the Holy Servants. Ideally, you would want one of the Holy Servants to die so that you could take their loot. But the Holy Servants are way better than the bandits, so odds of that happening are pretty slim. Don't you die, Durain. Don't you die on me. You dead yet, man? His right leg is pretty crippled. Oh, he's bleeding to death. Blood is health, so once he gets to low enough blood, then that's when you want to come and help. There we go. Now let's help them finish off the very last of them. Durain's really limping. Yeah, get him! Yeah! It's not very exciting. Okay. Now we just check this dude out. Hobble on over and check him out. And this is his gear. His weapon does 0.35 cutting damage. Mine does 0.32 cutting damage. And this one also does a little bit of blunt damage. But my speed should be way higher. Well, in any case, it's worth grabbing and tossing in the old inventory so that we can sell it later. Just grab a few things, even the hat. Yeah, I'm going to equip the hat. There we are. We have looted this dust bandit. He didn't have any shirt. Do any of these bandits have shirts? Could really use a shirt. No shirts on the bandits. Now, the character I created at the beginning, his right leg is really hurt. Let's see if I can remember how to do some medic stuff. Hey, you just hit the medic button. Excellent. Who's the one getting the medical attention, I wonder? Ah, Zep is the one getting the medical attention. Doesn't that just figure? It's not who I wanted to get the medical attention. Maybe you can play medic after he's done, eh? So it fills up these little yellow lines, and your health will eventually regen up through the point that's yellow. It takes a lot of time. Once you get to the next city, there's a place where you can just sort of like nap, and it makes time sort of accelerate. And that's the best way to get through the healing period. I believe it also consumes medkits. That'll be something worth checking. I'm pretty sure we both had 2 medkits before this action. So we will look at the medkits in the inventory, and if we still both have 2, then we know it doesn't consume the medkits. Waiting, waiting, game design is really good when you have to wait for long periods. That's my sarcasm song. I do ever so love my sarcasm song. Almost done, almost done. The UI, as you can see, is quite basic. Extremely basic, in fact. Here's your speed. This is your combat strategy, which apparently I don't actually understand how to use yet. And this is how to make time travel faster. So we'll use that as we try to find our next city. Grab this weapon, put that in the inventory. Do we have any other weapons to pick up? Ooh, that's a good one. I might as well use that. But let's not give it to Zep. Zep already has a pretty decent katana. Let's have Durain grab that. There we are. Now you've got a weapon that isn't all rusty and gross. Congratulations. This is enough for now. I don't think that we need everything available. So let's continue in the direction we were running and hope that we run into that city. And super speed time. Drain's just gonna get abandoned. He's got no way to move fast, so he's just gonna be left to his own business out there in the middle of the wastes. Meanwhile, Zep, my main man Zep here, I've decided that now he is my main character. He's the protagonist, he's the hero of this story. Drain's just too hobbly, too lazy ass bastard. So he's just gonna run out there by himself. So this is pretty much how the entire game progresses, and that's sort of a problem. There's no guidance, there's no overarching story. Mind you, this is the demo, I don't have the full version, but there doesn't seem to be anything to find out here in the middle of nowhere. I've sort of explored along the outer walls, along the mountains, and sort of wandered off into the wastes. I've never found, you know, like, here's the Fountain of Youth, or I don't know, some sort of ruins out there in the middle of nowhere. Zombies. Of course, that's what every game needs to be good, zombies. What I'm doing right now seems to be all that the game has going for it. Mind you, that's fun. So if you're into this sort of thing, you'll have a blast with it, because that's all it does over and over again. There's no variety to be found. You're just gathering more and more gear, better and better stuff, and once you get to town, there's a shop, and you start buying backpacks to carry different sorts of stuff, and, you know, new swords and weaponry, and you can get building materials, and you can build your own stuff out here in the waste, and that's very, very cool, and it's very, you know, objective-based gameplay, but that's just not enough to keep me interested. Whether or not it's about enough to keep you interested, that's up to you. I think that sometimes it's pretty enough that you can just, you know, have a good time with walking around and exploring shit and trying to stay alive. I had hoped that I would find the city by the time that I finished this video, but I'm pretty sure you've got an ample amount of examples of how this game works for you to make up your own mind whether or not you actually think it'll be fun for you. Keep in mind that it is only $10, and it is going to get bigger as time goes on. More stuff is going to enter into the equation to sort of flesh out this giant world that they've created. So maybe this is one of the, you know, wait and see categories. File this under wait and see if it gets any better. Because if they actually had an interesting sort of fantasy storyline in here, or maybe just fun stuff like in Skyrim, you know, there's the interesting little spots that you can find with tiny little stories of their own hidden away in there. I think that would be enough to make this game worthwhile for me. This has been 80 Proof Gaming. Please give it a look on Desura.